And you're very welcome along to Friday Nights Off the Ball. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. As ever, we'd like to hear from you wherever you are in the country this evening, and whatever it is you're getting up to. Most people are probably already at their Christmas parties or planning their trip to the Christmas party or their escape from their Christmas party.
We'll be there soon, Ger.
In the next 15 minutes.
Oof.
No, we're here until 9 o'clock tonight.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Where is
No,
it?
it's fine because the racing piece everyone knows was recorded
Don't be giving
earlier.
away the secrets.
No, it was live.
Yeah, so
live on our social media channel.
A lot of people don't fully understand this just yet. Friday Night Racing actually goes live at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, so it's ready for you when you're on your way home, and it's always been good stuff. So tonight's is an absolutely brilliant one. It's a belter. Dennis Hogan is our guest alongside Johnny Ward. He's a successful trainer-jockey combo. Very, very rare, which means he's a bit of a genius. That's coming your way at 8 o'clock this evening. We also have the crappiest of crappy quizzes to come your direction. You've been absent from the crappy quiz for a while.
Don't know why. I don't think we've had too many crappy quizzes, unfortunately. The crappy quiz has been so crap, it hasn't been broadcast. But we're back tonight.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's a
perfect pre-Christmas party fodder.
A particularly crappy one tonight. But you're here to talk about Liverpool against Manchester United. This game is at 4 o'clock at Anfield on Sunday, also on News Talk.
Live and exclusive.
Who is alongside you in the commentary box?
Kilban.
All right.
I tell you, the look on that man's face when Divock Origi scored that goal. Oh, I've never seen him look as sickened.
You were basically
commentating on the events that were happening in front of me, Jerry.
You were John Aldridge when they scored against Arsenal that time. Rubbing salt on the wounds of Arsene Wenger.
I was just pointing out exactly what had happened.
Rubbing salt
Giving
on the
a
wounds.
fair reflection of
Kevin
events
Kilban.
unfolding.
Does Kilban get grief at Anfield?
I don't think so. I was asking him this on the way in because we were dropped off just outside the stadium, and I was wondering, it's not that sort of rivalry anyways, Liverpool and Everton. It's all, I think they go out of their way to make an effort to be seen as being quite friendly towards each other around the ground. I think he did say once upon a time he may have got stick from an angry Liverpool supporter somewhere. Yeah. You couldn't be angry with Kilban.
And also that Everton team, they were grand. They weren't the team of Kevin Sheedy and Gary Lineker. They weren't winning leagues, winning cups, causing trouble. They were like...
But they were the best Everton team they've had since then.
Yeah, no.
They were the team that qualified for the Champions League, or
not really.
Didn't qualify for the Champions League.
On, yeah. You're rubbing salt on the wounds. So Liverpool against Man United, right?
Yes.
This is... just recently, there have been a bunch of occasions when Manchester United have been teetering on the brink of absolute full-blown crisis. And it's there, it's bubbling away. And the rest of the Premier League seems to be watching this and going, oh, that's interesting. Instead of actually going and saying, this team is weak. They have been isolated from the herd. The wildebeest is there, and we are the lions that are going to go and rip this team apart. We're going to kill Jose Mourinho's career in England. We're going to kill Man United and set them back 5 years, which is exactly what Alex Ferguson would have done and what his team would have done. Instead, everybody's like, oh, that's kind of I'm like a spectator and I've got no influence over this. Kill them.
But who have they played? Who have they played in that run? You look at the games, the teams that could have killed them. Newcastle. Southampton. Are terrible football teams.
Yeah.
They're in shocking form. The very fact that they're able to go 2-0 up against Manchester United is a pretty dire reflection of where United are. But Manchester City, okay, again, maybe it was a 3-1, it could have been a 5 or 6-1, and that gets the end. But this is the biggest test they faced over probably the last 5 or 6 weeks, because if Liverpool were to cut loose, you do feel that they are still, as you say, one game away from full-blown crisis and one game away from the end of Jose. It's coming one way or another.
I was thinking of Arsenal, really. I thought that was going to be the time where they get revenge. And it's like, it took us a while, everybody. It did take us... I mean, this is a dish very, very cold. It's years later, but here you go. And they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I felt that was a weird game because both sides made a load of changes. It was a Wednesday night. They'd had fixtures at the weekend. It wasn't both teams at full strength. So there was a little bit of uncertainty for both sides. But they got away with that. Then they had a comfortable win against Fulham last week. But I'm with you. I think that this Mourinho thing is going to end suddenly and quite soon. It's just a matter of when this shocking result is going to come. Now, there's been nothing to suggest from Liverpool up against Mourinho in recent years that they're the team to do it. Like, this game has been commentated on it last season and possibly the season before.
0-0.
0-0. The one of the worst games of the season. Just no quality even. Like, you can go to Premier League games between the top teams and watch low-scoring games. But even Liverpool-Manchester City earlier this season was a dull game, but the quality was sky high. Like, the speed of the game was brilliant, but there was just no real cutting edge. This game has just been crap. It's been slow. There's been no real bite to it at all. But maybe now the fact that Liverpool are in such a strong position that they finally have a little bit between them, as you say, to go and try and kill this team.
We've been talking on and off on OTBM about this, and there's kind of this constant belief that Man City will just run away with this at the end, that whatever happens, particularly now Liverpool are in Champions League and they have that kind of throbbing away in the background. But I'm just not sure about that. Like, Miguel made a point about how Man City sometimes lull themselves into a sense of complacency.
Well, think of Guardiola's first
teams.
season in charge, where they won, what was it, their first 10 games in all competitions, and everybody said, this is done and dusted. They're going to go on and be the greatest Premier League team of all time. And then they lost one, and they drew a couple, and it just sort of unravelled slowly but surely to ending up having a really average season. Now, they bounced back last year, and they're a far better team. But look at the injuries they have. They're missing possibly the best attacking left-back in the world in Benjamin Mendy, probably the best player in the league in Kevin De Bruyne, and Sergio Aguero, if he plays 30 games, is going to score 25 goals, and Gabriel Jesus has come nowhere near to replacing him. So if they continue to get injuries of that magnitude throughout the season, they're going to have a problem. But this is the first time Liverpool have had a proper injury crisis, where they're missing probably 3 of their back 4 on Sunday. Can they cope with that? Can they cope with Dejan Lovren? The stress of Dejan Lovren for 5-6 weeks?
Trent Alexander-Arnold's out.
Joe Gomez is out. Joel Matip is out. So it's probably going to be, the way he was talking earlier today was maybe put Nathaniel Klein back in, who hasn't played really any football in over a year. Go with Lovren alongside Van Dijk, and then Andy Robertson. For this game, I think they'll be okay with that.
Lovren is a good player, just prone to bouts of not paying attention.
Yeah, I think he's a really good defender. He's the type of defender, if he wasn't playing at a club as big as Liverpool, you'd be urging them to sign him.
Yeah.
Because of what he did at Southampton. Looks exceptional all the time. You don't have to watch him week in, week out. And it is. Look at him in the World Cup final. He was brilliant throughout that World Cup. Barely put a foot wrong. But look, at the problem is, particularly I feel at home with Lovren, the pressure, suffocating pressure of playing for Liverpool in front of the Kop. It's not an enjoyable place for a defender to play.
Well,
they are at you and at you and at you.
Except that it's obviously, if you are Virgil van Dijk, you come alive in front of that pressure and you're like, yeah, I want the ball. I am the best player in the world in my position right now. And surely Lovren will feel comforted by the fact that he knows he's in. He knows he's got an opportunity here. He's alongside somebody who is at the peak of his powers, and it's like, come on, this is why you play football. It's Man United at home. You're top of the league.
Well, this could be the 5-6 week period that transforms Virgil van Dijk into the greatest player in the world, if he can turn Dejan Lovren into a consistently good centre-back alongside him. It is just moments, and I don't know how many times over the last couple of years, and this is a far better Liverpool team defensively in general now, last minute of the game, they're cruising, and Lovren just does something stupid. And he did that against Napoli. It was one of the worst 5-minute cameos I've ever seen from a player. First ball that comes to him, all he has to do is control it, loads of time, pass it downfield. Tries this wild volley, completely slices the ball out of play for a throw-in. Next time he picks it up, he's up near the halfway line, simple ball along the ground to Sadio Mane, passes it straight out of play. And watch back the build-up to the chance towards the end where Alisson makes the save. The 3 other Liverpool defenders are in a line playing an offside trap. He's about 4 yards up, looking around, not quite sure where he's meant to be. Now he's playing right back.
Yeah.
And you can tell instantly he doesn't realise that there's a player behind him. And never once does he look over his shoulder.
I think he's not going to be in the same situation starting a game at centre-back, knowing in advance for the whole week that he's going to be starting. That you can do the work and go, okay, this is the 12 or 14 different teams that Jose Mourinho has picked, and these are the options. This is what you're likely going to face this weekend. And surely that's all you need from Liverpool's perspective, is like a little bit of solidity. And they're so superior at the moment to Manchester United that this can't just be another 0-0. If it is, it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's actually the sort of game that, even though it's traditionally a big game, if Liverpool weren't to win it, it would raise a lot of questions of whether they have the credentials to win the title, because they're that far ahead of United right now. What are they, 16 points clear?
15.
In the Premier League table?
16 clear. 16
like
clear, yeah.
It's ridiculous for this stage of the season. They seem to be getting better and better in an attacking sense. Salah is flying once again. So you would expect that they go on and they should try and dominate this game.
Assuming Sadio Mane hasn't got the yips.
Sadio Mane permanently has the yips. He's the Rory McIlroy of football. You just don't know when it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen some days and it's going to be glorious, but you couldn't say with any degree of certainty if he gets 3 chances on Sunday, he's going to take any of them again. He has a very strange technique. There's YouTube videos of Sadio Mane falling over when scoring goals. He always seems to throw himself into the ball, so he's off balance when he's striking, which probably works in his favour. It puts the goalkeeper off and he's very hard to read, but it also means that he never seems to have complete control.
It's not repeatable.
Over what he's trying to do. Every single goal he scores is in the action of some way falling over. It's a bit bizarre.
What about Manchester United? It's hard to preview a Manchester United game because who's he going to pick?
Well, they have a load of injuries.
Who's he falling out with at the moment? Is he picking players to show the board how crap they are? Is he picking players because he believes in them? Is he picking players to break their confidence? Is he picking players because he thinks they give them the best chance to win?
Yeah, or is he picking players to again park the bus and come away with a 0-0 draw, and he feels that he can go in front of the cameras gloriously and say, listen, I can get a team together. Everyone talks about this Liverpool team as one of the great attacking forces in European football. They can't even break down a Manchester United team missing 9 players. Is that what he tried? See, I think the Mourinho masterclass is a thing of the past. People now realise it's just boring, dull football.
Scott McTominay fit? Is he...
I'm not sure if even Scott McTominay is fit. I'd imagine Rashford will start, who played well last season against Liverpool. But again, it's just so inconsistent. You're right, though. Like, we're here just after 7 o'clock. At 10 o'clock tonight, the newspapers come out post-embargo Mourinho press conference. And every week, there seems to be another story from after the TV cameras go off that the newspaper guys, where he has fallen out with somebody, or he has a little dig or a little pop. Like, it's starting to bubble up now that he's not happy with the level of investment, and he's not happy with maybe not being given what he wants in January yet again. There's going to be something, I'd imagine, over the next 36 hours that's going to dominate it because of what Mourinho said.
Yeah. I literally just checking to see if McTominay was fit or not, but I've just seen the story that he liked the Instagram post from somebody else calling the team lazy after the Valencia game.
Oof. McTominay did?
Yeah.
Maybe he just hit it accidentally.
Scott, yeah, he got fat fingers like an athlete. Not dexterous at all. Not being paid for his dexterity. Such a lazy team. Fellaini is not a started. He's a super sub, so keep him as a sub. Either way, he's
Who
more
sent that
player.
message?
Some fan, right? Valencia should be replaced by Dijk, crucially, and Sel Jones. Like,
Did they say McTominay should be playing?
No, they didn't even. No. I mean, social media. Don't go on angry. Look, I mean, I'm really bringing him up as a joke to see but this is exactly the game.
If he's fit, there's a chance he could play. I don't know what to expect from United. The couple of times I've seen them live this season, they've actually played all right, but they're very, very, when they play well in an attacking sense, they have nothing at the back. They're just wide open. They don't seem to be able to marry the two at all.
Yeah. Zidane's been linked with the job at the moment. It's not.
Now, you wait till the summer, you get Pochettino, and you try and start something fresh for the next 5 years. Now, maybe it is Manchester United, and Liverpool fans will know all about this, where there is no next 5 years. Whoever comes in is going to have a season to just about do enough and somehow survive. Maybe that doesn't suit Pochettino. Maybe Pochettino comes in and he doesn't have Harry Kane. He's Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, well, you sell Lukaku straight away. You
buy Harry Kane.
Well, you sell Lukaku and you sell Pogba, or you tell Pogba this is what your role is going to be, yes or no, and it's like, okay, fine, then off we go. And like, you use that money to buy whoever you want.
Yeah. I could see Liverpool winning this comfortably. That they're just at a level right now.
Isn't
even
it time
with the
teams started doing that to Man United? Like, stop thinking, oh, that's Mourinho over there, and stop being cowed by the fact that there's a brand associated with this. Like,
are they still?
I don't know.
They're still sixth in the Premier League table, so they're not absolute no-hopers. They have something about them. They have players who can do it on the day. 2 clear
of Everton, 3 clear of Bournemouth.
Well, I think as Jose said last week, look at the table at the end of the season, I think you'll find we'll be above Everton. Which is where their ambition is right now. And look at all the money they've spent.
Yeah.
Was the other point he was trying to ram in there. I just think over the past 10 days watching Liverpool, they seem to be coming somewhere back to where they were last year. And Van Dijk is just getting better and better. His performance on Wednesday night was just ridiculous. And his sort of Benjamin Button style, he seems to be getting younger and looking younger since he cut the hair and looking a lot fresher. Looking like just a bewildered look in his face at all times when somebody else on the team would give the ball away. It's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, it's good to have
causing me hassle.
Kind of leadership. The big game tomorrow, early, Man City against Everton, and the 3 o'clock kickoffs are Palace, Leicester, Huddersfield, Newcastle, Spurs and Burnley, Watford and Cardiff, and Wolves and Bournemouth. The evening kickoff is Fulham against West Ham. It's 3 games on Sunday. It's Brighton and Hove Albion against Chelsea, Southampton against Arsenal. They're 2 half-1 kickoffs, and then at 4 o'clock it is Liverpool against Manchester United. So you're going to the Christmas party this evening, and then you've got like 12 hours of live radio to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we have 7 hours of live radio, and then get on a flight early to Liverpool. It'll be fine. But the first Premier League game I ever covered, Ger, I got asked at 7 o'clock the evening of the Christmas party if I'd like to go cover Arsenal Stoke tomorrow.
All right.
I was like, yeah, absolutely, I will get on the flight at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning and do that. Sure, it's fine. I haven't even started the Christmas party. I'll take it easy. I'll go to bed at 11 o'clock. I'll have a good night's sleep. I'll be ready. At about 4 o'clock in the morning, someone said, you should probably maybe even get an hour's sleep before you go to the Emirates tomorrow, which was a smart piece of advice.
Yeah. Did you wake up in time? You made the flight?
I made the flight. I got through the game. And somehow I'm here to live to tell the tale.
Was there puking involved?
No, it was fine. I took it handy.
Who was your co-com?
No, I only had to do reports. It was fine.
Ah, well, that's different. Reports is fine. Yeah.
Fine.
Not full commentary. And that was in a previous life. Nathan,
it's a far younger man. I was able for it then.
Exactly. Yeah. Who knows what?
Tune in tomorrow from 1 to find out.
Yeah.